Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Court card of the King of Vessels and the Heron. And we haven't seen this card in quite some time. And when I first saw this card come up today, and I was thinking about it and meditating on it, the question that he asks is, where do you need to be more tolerant? Now, you know, when I ask that question to myself is, where do you need to be more tolerant? It's all about keeping those emotions in check. It's all about not getting too high with your emotions and not getting too low with your emotions. It's kind of keeping that character on an even keel, right? And it's also not letting others show, not showing others that those high emotions or low emotions, the frustrations, the anger or the happiness, right? It's being at even keel because, the Heron is all about emotions. It's all about water energy, but it's all about psychic energy as well. And, for this Heron to come out right now on your spiritual path, as we're going down, he jumps out of the water from the salmon, and the salmon dropped off here a couple days ago. And he's just letting you know that, hey, we've got some leadership down here on the board. Some leadership to help you. You've got the King of Bows, the adder still, withering around on your ankles. The shaman is guiding you. Okay. The decision you made 5 days ago has brought all these leaders out. Even the Woodwows, okay, and the Green Man. They're all leaders in their own right. And they're coming out at you. Now, the King of Bows and the King of Vessels, this is fire and water energy, okay? And, passion can be put out by water, but the way I look at it is you could have passion around those emotions, right? The emotions of love and happiness. There's a lot of passion involved in that, okay? So, sometimes water and fire don't mix, but sometimes they do. All right. The other thing that I like about this card is he's the guardian between life and death. So as we've been walking on this spiritual journey, okay, the Green Man is there to let you know that, hey, you are walking through the forest and you are in charge of everything that's going on. You've got the fire that's heating the cauldron up, right? In that cauldron is the water, the waters that he's got. You've been empowered, okay? The shaman has got the water in the cup as well as the fire going, okay? So, between those two cards, and then you got the two kings down here, with the fire, and the passion, you're working towards that respect within the Wildwood Forest, all right? You are also gaining, looking at the respect of the universe. The universe is watching your path move down, okay? Watching your path move forward, I should say. Your spirit guides are watching your path move forward, and they're putting these leaders in place for you to help navigate the emotions, the frustrations, all right? To help navigate where you need to take charge, all right? When the boss leaves and chaos erupts in your department, who's there to clean it up? You are, all right? And you do so until, somebody else comes in, right? Or it's the end of the day. So this Heron is, that mediator between, the soul's journey, let's say, in an everyday life as well as in a spiritual life. All right. Now, he is going to be very fair, honest, with honor, and he's going to have a lot of self-control. Okay. Now, as I said, we haven't talked about this card, so I'm just going to go through some of the aspects of it. If this is a person or this is you in your life, this is going to be a mentor who's very tolerant. Okay, they're going to listen to everything, and they're going to not jump to conclusions. Okay, they are going to listen to all the excuses. They are going to watch the actions of what's going on, and they are going to have a very peaceful demeanor. They're not going to be all uppity or anything like that. They are just going to take it upon themselves and just go, okay, I see what's going on. And they're going to be a catalyst to help, people gel, okay, to help people get together, right? To help you see where the best path is in your leadership. If this is an aspect, look at it as a diplomat, right? Somebody who promotes equity, okay, or offers support. This could be, again, it could be a mentor. This could be you, all right? That's, hey, let's just take this project by the horns. Let's get it over. Let's get it done with. In a couple hours, we'll be able to get home. If this is an event, it's supporting those networks, supporting those exhibits that are out there. Okay, so again, the question that he asks is, where do you need to be more tolerant? The King of Bows is asking you, where do you need to take charge? Sometimes when you take charge as a leader, okay, people don't understand why you're doing some of the things you're doing based on the decisions, right? Based on what what you want to manifest with the shaman, right? Based on, walking with that mantle that the green man has for you. But when you make those decisions, all right, and you do take charge, and then you ask for help with please and thank you, okay, that garners you the respect. That garners you the trust from others. That garners you the respect within the workplace of saying, what, hey, this dude's pretty cool. He's just not taking charge. He's leading by example, okay? And that's what this, this King of Vessels, he takes everything in. This Heron takes everything in. And he's able to connect with people at their level, whether they're the janitor or whether they're the GM of, the department or whatever. And then the other question that this Heron asks is, who's depending on you for support? If you're in that leadership position and you're taking charge, okay, and you're the go-between between the workers and upper management, okay, the workers are looking at you for support. Are you doing the right things in their eyes to get that respect? Okay, and if you are, they're going to help you out. Okay, just not because the department's busy or anything like that. They're going to go above and beyond, right? And maybe a couple of days later down the road or something like that, those that have helped you over the last couple of days, maybe you buy them a soda or a pop or pizza or something like that as a thank you. Hey, thanks for helping me out, within this situation. I really do appreciate it. You stayed late, you helped the company out, and we really appreciate it. So this Heron, he acts as that guardian between, life and death, but also that emotional support system that where as you're going about doing things, people see how you act. They don't see the emotions. They see how you act to different situations while you're taking charge with that King of Bows. All right, so as you move down that spiritual path, your actions speak louder than words. And when people see those actions, if they don't see you get flustered during the busy times, and they don't see you gossiping, during the slow times, then that helps, you move forward on your spiritual path. That, like I said, that gains you that respect. All right, now if this is in a relationship, this Heron is going to be looking at it, having an equality within the relationship with your significant other. And it's going to be, that love and that happiness and that joy and making sure it's there. But then when there's, when somebody comes to you and, they bring that, that fear and that worry, and all that low vibrational energy, you listen, you empathize with them. You understand where they're coming from. And then you just kind of give them that hug and you lift them back up. You lift them back up to that higher level of spirit with where they need to be. Okay? And you ask them, during the, okay, this is what's going on. How are you going to do better at this? Why are you letting somebody bring you down? Things of that nature. So you have to be tolerant in your emotions, but you also have to be tolerant to help others understand, why it is they're doing what they're doing. So I know it's a little bit, convoluted today, but, at the same time, that King of Vessels, that Heron, he wants you to tap into your intuition, your psychic ability, right? He wants you to be fair and honest and have that self-control no matter what the situation is. And when you can do that, that's when you start representing, what this card is all about, the King of Vessels and Heron. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for a Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.